Girivaradari Girivaradari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Braja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Vanachari Jayarada Madhava Kunjabikari Gura Premanande Om Gyanatmirandasya Gyanjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militamyana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shirupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishadbhanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatrubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We continue 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Today text 28 till 32. Yatha nadinam bhavam Mbuvega Yatkhana dinam bhavo muvega Samudram eva bhi mukha dravanti Samudram eva bhi mukha dravanti Tatha tavami naralokavira Tatha tavami naralokavira Vishanti vaktrani abhi vijala abhi vijvalanti Vishanti vaktrani abhi vijvalanti Vishanti vaktrani abhi vijvalanti Yatkhana dinam bahavo muvega Yatkhana dinam bhavam muvega Samudram eva bhi mukha dravanti Samudram eva bhi mukha dravanti Tatha tavami naralokavira Tatha tavami naralokavira Vishanti vaktrani abhi jvalanti Vishanti vaktrani abhi jvalanti Yatkhana dinam bhavado muvega Samudram eva vimukha dravanti Tatha tavami naralokavira Vishanti vaktrani abhi jvalanti Yatkhana dinam bhavamuvega Samudrameva vimukha dravanti Tatha tavami naralokavira Vishanti vaktrani avijvalanti Mataji? Okay. Yatha as Nadinam of the rivers, Bahava the many, Ambuvega ways of the waters, Samudram the ocean, Eva certainly, Abhimukha towards, Dravanti glide, Tatha Similarly, Tava, your, Ami, all this, Naralokavira, kings of human society, Vishanti, are entering, Vaktrani, the mouths, Abhijvalanti, and are blazing. Translation: as the many waves of the rivers flow into the ocean, so do all these great warriors enter blazing into your mouth. Yeah, here Krishna, actually not Krishna, actually Sanjaya, I think, explain what's happened when Lord Krishna showed this universal form to Arjuna. And actually here is Krishna is showing Kala Rupa. This is future. This is what will happen in the future. This is very interesting part of this chapter. Okay, next verse, 29. I see all people rushing full speed into your mouths, as moths dash to destruction in the blazing fire. O Vishnu, I see you devouring all people from all sides with your flaming mouths, covering all the universe with your effulgence. You are manifest with terrible, scorching rays. 31. O Lord of Lords, so fierce of form, please tell me who you are. I offer my obeisances unto you. Please be gracious to me. You are the primal Lord. I want to know about you, for I do not know what your mission is. Yeah, from this verse we see that Arjuna is completely afraid, and he is not going. He don't know what is going on. This is a special situation because Arjuna is a soldier. He's a hero, he's a general, he is very strong man. And this Kala Rupa is so horrible that even man like Arjuna is afraid. He is completely disaster. Yeah, this is important to remember that Arjuna is not normal man. He is actually half man, half demigod. He's a son of Indra. Yeah. And text 32. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Time I am, the great destroyer of the worlds, and I have come here to destroy all people. With the exception of you, Pandavas, all the soldiers here on both sides will be slain." It means in this verse, Krishna show Arjuna what's happened. Purport. Although Arjuna knew that Krishna was his friend and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he was puzzled by the various forms exhibited by Krishna. Therefore, he asked further about the actual mission of his devastating force. It is written in the Vedas that the Supreme Truth destroys everything, even the Brahmanas, as stated in the Katha Upanishad 1-25. Yasya brahma cha kshatram cha ubhe bhavata odana mrityuryasyo pa se chanam ka itha veda yatrasa. Eventually, all the brahmanas, kshatriyas, and everyone else are devoured like a meal by the Supreme. This form of the Supreme Lord is all-devouring giant, and here Krishna presents himself in the form of all-devouring time. Except for a few Pandavas, everyone who was present on the battlefield would be devoured by him. Arjuna was not in favor of the fight, and he thought it was better not to fight. Then there would be no frustration. In reply, the Lord is saying that even if he did not fight, every one of them would be destroyed. For that was his plan. If Arjuna stopped fighting, they would die in another way. Death could not be checked. Even if he did not fight, in fact, they were already dead. Time is destruction, and all manifestations are to be vanquished by the desire of the Supreme Lord. That is the law of nature. Yes, this is very important verse, this 32nd verse. And Krishna explained who he is in this form, Kala Rupa. And it is for Arjuna very important lesson, because Arjuna constantly he's fighting in his mind. Should I stay or should I go? And Krishna here show him that actually you are not important. Anyway, they will be destroyed, with you or without you. By this way, Krishna show Arjuna that he should be humble. He should be, and this is in the next verse, he should be that just tool in the hands of Krishna. This is desire of Krishna. And also, it is not in the purport, but this in the purport of Acharyas. They say that Krishna also showing this Kala Rupa form because he would like show Arjuna that actually you will be not a killer. You will be only tool in my hands. It means don't afraid to fight with them, because actually they are dead. Yeah. You just surrender. Yeah. This is the main point of Bhagavad Gita. You will be tool in my hands. In this way, Krishna also inspire Arjuna. It means from one point he was telling him, you are nothing, and everything is already checked. And from other point of view, he was also inspiring Arjuna to be a tool in the hands of Krishna. Yes, and also this is horrible from Arjuna, because Arjuna saw that not only soldiers from the other party will be destroyed, but also soldiers of Arjuna party will be killed. Everybody almost will be killed on this battlefield. Therefore, Arjuna, it is also quite heavy for Arjuna, because previously he was afraid to not fight with my guru, with my grandfather, my relatives, and now he recognized that even my party will be destroyed. And one more point is coming to my mind. Krishna say here, kalos me, loka kshaya krit. I'm a destroyer. I'm a time destroyer. And we can, from philosophical point of view, see this material world, because everything is temporary. It means, actually, from philosophical point of view, everything is not so important, because this is temporary. It means, this is also a lesson for Arjuna, that here everything is temporary. Time is constantly going and destroying everything. You know? But what is not destroying, this is devotional service. This is nitya. This is eternal. It is always should be. This is some kind of contrast between devotional service and this material world. Yeah? And Krishna is a destroyer of this everything for what we are so attached in this material world. From this verse I have a funny story. It was on Sankirtan. I was on a travel Sankirtan on the Polish coast in vacation time, is many tourists, and one friend of the devotee, he had some big house, and it was some small hotel for these people. And actually he invited us, and we, for some room in the base of this nice building, and we cook there. Also we are cook for this friend of us. It means we are coming and going and so on. Yeah. And one time was some party all night. We wake up very early, like usually some 4, 5 o'clock, and this party was still going on. And was some, how to say, intellectual man. He was a little bit, he had a lot of alcohol in the blood, and he was asking me, he wants to be very philosophical. There's only one question: what is time? He asked me like this. I said, Krishna is a time. Oh, because I remember this verse. Yeah. And he wants, like people who drink a lot, they won't talk and so on. He wants show what they know and so on. And when I told him that Krishna is a time, he was completely, he don't know what to say. Yes. Actually, I would like say also a few words for answer for your question and your Mohini Shakti. Because I was thinking about it, and maybe I can say a little bit more. But for this I need text. your question was why devotees are suffering sometimes. Your friend. Sorry, you are so similar. Anyway. And your question, Mohini Shakti, was how should be behavior of devotee who lose somebody very close to his heart. And it's very nice verse in which we can see the answer for this question. This is verse from 10th canto, 14th chapter, text number 8. This is from the prayer of the Lord Brahma to Krishna. Tatteno kampam susumikshamaano bunjana evatma kritam vipakam hrit vagvapur bhir vidadhan namaste jivetayo mukti pade sadhayabak. Actually, this is a very famous verse. Prabhupada very often use this verse. Translation: My dear Lord, one who earnestly waits for you to bestow your causeless mercy upon him, all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds, and offering you respect obeisances with his heart, words, and body. It's surely eligible for liberation, for it has become his rightful claim. Yeah. It means devotees, they're always humble. They always see whatever happens in my mind. This is my karma. I'm suffering because this is my karma. This is not from some other source. I'm the doer of my karma. Therefore, devotee, very humble, take this karma. And not only humble take, but also pray to the Lord. Like he is by heart, by words, and by the body. Respectful obeisances by these three things. And this is interesting. Srila Sridhara Swami comments that just a legitimate son has to simply remain alive to gain an inheritance from his father. One who simply remains alive in Krishna consciousness, following the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga, automatically becomes eligible to receive the mercy of the personality of Godhead. In other words, he will be promoted to the kingdom of God. Yeah, this is nature of the devotee. That he, whatever happens, he continue, because he know when I continue, I will back home, back to Godhead. Doesn't matter what happened now. Of course, this is not so easy platform, because everybody has experience, at least I have experience, when it's tooth pain, you cannot think about anything. There's so much pain in your head that this is sometimes impossible to thinking about anything. Yeah, but therefore every day we are doing training with our chanting. We are asking the Lord for shelter. We are asking the Lord for devotional life, or devotional service. And by this way, gradually, we can attain this platform, which is here on this verse in 10th canto. Is okay? This kind of answer? Of course, everybody is different. Yeah. Some devotees are more emotional, some less, and we should not be, how to say, sorry that I'm so emotional because my father died. You know. This is normal for human being. And actually I had experience. My father died 3 months ago, and I also was meditating about this verse. That this is quite high platform. But we should know. We should always have in the back of our mind that actually Krishna is behind us and he is helping us on every step of our devotional life. Maybe sometimes we don't see this, but Krishna is taking care about his devotees. It is sure. Thank you very much. Maybe some question, comments, challenges. Yes.
Just one question, Prabhu. You were saying, I can get the mic. So Prabhu, you mentioned one shloka in Srimad Bhagavatam, and you were saying it is narrated by Srila Sridhar Swami.
No, there's commentary.
Commentary
to this verse was by Srila Sridhara Swami.
I mean, Srila Sridhar Swami has narrated. I mean, it's a commentary by Srila Sridhar Swami.
Yes, this is Sridhara Swami is one of the famous acharya who wrote commentary to Srimad Bhagavatam, also to this verse.
Okay.
And he explained this example with.
Yeah. So that was my. I just wanted to confirm whether.
Yes.
Who this Maharaj is. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes. Mike, here.
There was mentioned in the purport, I think, that like if we just continue in this process, we will achieve perfection or something like that. That we just have to continue. But like sometimes, I mean, we can just go on like mechanically and not really actually practice, just like stay here. But is there much point in that if we just like keep committing offenses and not really like getting deeper?
You know, sometimes there are some good days and bad days in our life, you know, but sometimes we are chanting with full attention, with very pleasurable mood, but sometimes we are not so concentrate. But what to do? Life is like this. We should continue. We should, as much as possible, to try be going up in our spiritual life. But you know, sometimes it's like this. And for example, I today I was chanting and I recognize what it means, association of the devotee, and this holy place like Simhachalam was so pleasurable to chanting here, because I was previously 3 months with my mother because my father left, and I was stay with my mother because she was alone, and I was without association of the devotee, living in huge concrete building on the 10th floor in the middle of the city. In the morning, trams wake me up. Yeah, and now when I came here and I recognize how association of the devotee and place like this is so much elevating me, my consciousness. Yeah, therefore life is like this. But we should always continue.
Thank you. May I specify? Like, for example, we can have like not completely the right mood, like for example, offensive mood, or I don't know, like something like that, and we can just continue mechanically and not understand why it's hard. So then, should we just continue anyway, or should we try to change something? Like,
yeah, of course, we should always want, how to say, observe our life, what is going on in my spiritual life. But from other point of view, we should be, how to say, we should be patient in our life, not be always in the mood, I'm so perfect in my devotional life, because this is not humble mood. We should be always in a humble mood in our life. This is very helpful. Therefore, you mentioned about offenses. They are very dangerous in our spiritual life. And I have also experienced when something happens in my life, it means I don't feel so much taste to the holy name. It means that there was some offensive from my side. Yeah. Therefore, we should be very careful. But association is very important, because by association you will be corrected. If you have problems in your devotional life, association of the devotee, they help you. But if you are alone, nobody recognizes this. Therefore, sometimes association of the devotee is not so easy, because they show you your dark side of the moon. Do you want to ask something?
Yes, Prabhu. The very basic word it is the being humble, being a patient for a devotee. Sure. I was able to hear. Okay. So the question is, at the what level a devotee should come over from the patience or the humbleness first. Second is how to maintain the state of the humbleness continuity. So yeah, 2 questions. Thank you.
I'm not so sure I understand your question, but what it means humble, it means be always in the mood of serving Guru, serving the devotee, and by this way you will be, how to say, automatically humble. Because if you are servant, then automatically you are on the lower position. Yeah. Therefore, this seva is very important. To be always in the mood of serving devotee, serving Guru, serving Prabhupada, serving Krishna. It can be different activities for different people, but I mentioned about this mood of which we should cultivate in our heart. Be a servant.
So again, in another words, the same question. Whenever any devotee is doing service, right? Sometimes the devotee is in the management level of service, right? But the other devotee was not able to perform that service on time, or sometimes uncommitment or the overcommitment, right? So that time, sometime it happens like the devotee itself is getting angry. Prabhu, why you are not doing it on time? One time somebody has been already spoken, second time also, third time also, and then means till the what level this devotee should be in the patience, and the what level he should be, okay Prabhu, now it's enough. Something like this. This is the one example for my first question. Okay, I'll ask second question later.
Okay. Yeah. What I mentioned, this is main thing, and what you mentioned is the details. Yeah. If you are focused for main things, details are not so important. Yeah? It means, always is like this. You have different vision, and your authority have different, and there are some disagreements, but this is life. We should not be, disturbed by this, but we should always continue Trinata Pisuna in the heart. This is the main point. If will be this mood, will be more easy to make solution for these small problems. And second, if we have time still.
Yeah. Second question was how to be continue in that mode. Means now it is the mode because we are in association of the devotees, right? We are thinking like we should be humble, we should be polite, but after this, after 10 days when we will be out in the complete material world, then it will be very hard to think like, okay, be humble, right? So how to be continue in that zone as well? Thank you.
Yeah, you are living in Berlin. Yeah, this is a good example. Yeah, this verse from Shikshashtakam, Trinata Pisunichana, mention about how to chant holy name constantly. We should be humble and tolerant. But if we look for this verse from different point of view, it means if I'm chanting constantly, I'm more humble and more tolerant. And this is answer for your question. Can be like this? It means you take shelter in the holy name, and then holy name help you be humble and tolerant. You can tolerate Berlin. Yeah, I know. I was living also in big city, in the center of big city in 3 months. I know how this influence for our consciousness. I think we should stop because it's late. Thank you very, very much. Hare Krishna.